I've been asked quite a bit over the last year, why am I so adamantly against high intensity interval training? Let me elaborate. It's not that I'm against high intensity interval training based on its what we call the textbook concept. I completely comprehend the idea behind if you put the body under a lot of load and it stimulates the production of a lot of hormones, that it's going to make you naturally leaner. Obviously, I'm not going into great detail associated with the hormones, but I want you to understand that I, as a physiologist, completely understand what the proclaimed benefits of high intensity interval training are. But here's where I have a problem. Doing this at the time of this recording for 38 years, I very rarely see anybody who is rested enough, has a low enough daily stress level, eats enough, sleeps enough, and is properly hydrated before they decide to submit themselves to the platform of HITT training. If you were to contact any of the clients that I work with, they would tell you that there are days during the week, there are certain workouts during a 6-week training block that we do higher intensity type of training. We get into upper zone 3, lower zone 4 on the heart rate range. What I want you to get out of that comment is variety is definitely the name of the game. But what I find so ironic is if you go to the people who are huge advocates of HITT training, they say that long, slow SLDs, slow, long duration type workouts, they say those are counterproductive. Well, I'm here to tell you that if that's all you did, that would be counterproductive. Obviously, we have to factor in the subject of periodization. When we come into the idea that high intensity interval training, every day you work out, how can you look me in the eyes and squarely say that it is healthy, productive, and sustainable? Because it's not. That's why we always say you've got to fluctuate the intensity and the duration. There's always an inverse relationship between those two. Over a 7-day period, you should be mixing them up. And then over a 6, 8, 12-month period, it's got to be changed up at a broader spectrum. So it's not that I'm against HITT training. I just find that most people are not able to handle the additional stress that's being put on the body. Notice I use the word stress. If you take all those variables that I mentioned earlier, food, rest, hydration, and then the other stresses that you deal with on a daily basis, personally, professionally, financially, and athletically, just ask yourself that question. Are you really in a position to be able to take on the extra stress that high intensity interval training is going to put on the body? Now, I will say this. With all of the years that I've been doing this, and if you're on this side of the conversation with individuals who come in, I would say conservatively a good 75 to 80% of the people who come to us that are struggling with fatigue-related issues, all have been doing high-intensity interval training. They've also been screwing with their diet and doing things that are more of a fad, things that have been proven that are not sustainable in long-term or actually unhealthy. So put yourself back again on this side of the equation. People are coming in exhausted from doing HITT training, starving themselves, intermittent fasting, or stripping food groups out because some online guru said that this is the way to go. Again, if you've been around the industry of health and wellness for any period of time, you see things go full circle. And that's what we're seeing right now. But I did want to clear the air. It's not that I'm against HITT training. I just think people really don't have the foundation for it. I don't think that they have the right balance of sleep and food and hydration to take on that higher level of stress. And when we see the attrition rate the way that we do, unfortunately, I have to stick to my guns on that. If you're new to this channel, I want to say welcome. If you've been with us for any period of time, you know that we put a video up every day on YouTube. So please do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you happen to have a question, by all means, please send me and my team an email. We'd love to answer your questions too. contact@coachrobb.com. We appreciate your time here today, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.